Guess where I am? Today I am in a place called Obergrams in Switzerland. Look at this view on another Magellan tour, and we're going to be doing 5 passes today: the Grimsel, the Furka, the Gotthard, Spugen, I can't remember the name of them now. But look at that view up there. Be up there in a little bit. So we got Oberals of the pass. So we got 5 passes to do, and the reason I'm making this video today, excuse me, on this fantastic day, is because I've had to have new tyres fitted to my bike. You all know I had Adventure A41s, and I had a problem with them. So now I have got, and I'm hoping you can see them, these Metzeler Tourance Next 2s, which I've now had on my bike for a day. They've still got the rubber straps on them, but you'll notice that the chicken strips are almost non-existent on the front, and if I go around to the back, the chicken strips don't exist. Okay, so yesterday we were riding in horrific weather. It was lightning, bucketing down rain, horrendous rain, and awful conditions. So there we go. That's what we're doing. Now, the reason I got these tyres on is when I set off from the UK 6 days ago, I had this issue that my tyres were wobbling. It was making a vibration through the handlebars. Wasn't really sure what it was. And I went into a place in Freudenstadt, I believe, in Germany, where they balanced my tyres. But they said they thought the tyre might be a bit damaged, and that's why I was getting a lot of vibration through it. So they recommended a new set of tyres, but I didn't want to do that. I struggled for another day, and the vibration actually got a little bit worse, but I bit the bullet and had to buy some new tyres, and these were the only tyres that I had. I went to the BMW dealer in Zell in Austria, and he couldn't do anything for 4 days, even though they're a Motorrad dealer. Couldn't get any tyres. So the receptionist, really nice little receptionist in there, young lady, as I'm walking out, she realised how unhelpful the salesman had been, and she said, give me this phone number. She said, try this phone number, they might be able to help you. So I found that place. That place had 1 tyre, and he said, I've got another place that I can call, and he did, and that was about 40 miles away, and they had these Tourance Next tyres. So I've had them on now for 2 days. We're in some hideous weather, and now we've got awesome weather, and I'm about to do 5 alpine passes in a day. Okay, I've left the hotel, as you can see, and I'm now just coming to the excuse me, I've now just left the hotel, as you can see, and I'm now at the foot of the Furka Pass. Furka Pass is one of the classic Swiss alpine passes, one of the 5 we're doing today. I've got 13 clients with me on this tour. They've already gone off, I'm just following on behind. If you look at the GPS, you can see the, hopefully without too much of a reflection, the spaghetti I'm about to ride up. Lovely sunny day, so it's quite busy already. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to get on with these. Anyway, let's talk about tyres. A41s. Now I've had a pair of A41s on this, my baby GSA, as Toby calls it, when I first got it, and I got some, I think about 9,000, 8,000, 10,000 miles out of them, which I was quite pleased with. But then I was given a set of Dunlop Meridians by a nice guy from Dunlop, and they were awesome tyres. Took them around the Pyrenees last year, and they were destined for quite a big mileage, I think. And then unfortunately I got a flat in the rear tyre. Tried to get a new tyre, but the tyres aren't available in the UK, so I ended up going back onto A41s. And these have been on now for, these had been on for about, I think about 5,000 miles, 6,000 miles, something like that, which is not a lot. There was no tread wear on them. They were squared off a little bit on the, because I've done a lot of motorway work, but since I've been riding around the Alps here, you know, they'd rounded back off again, and they were really nice tyres. I was very pleased with them. But as the mileage has gone on the front I seem to get this vibration, which I could never understand. And you know, I check the tyre pressures regularly. I always check them whenever I ride the bike anyway, and it was getting progressively worse. So when I started this tour and we came over into France and I got down as far as Freudenstadt in Germany, I thought I'll pop into the Motorrad place and see what they say. And as I've explained, they said to us they had to put about 10 grams of weight on, which is not a lot because the bike was already balanced as far as I thought. And they said that they thought the tyre might be damaged. And they were trying to actually get me to buy a set of Meridians, and I was like, well, no, I'll persevere and see how I get on. Anyway, after a day they just got worse, so I had to go and buy some new tyres. And all they could find were the Metzeler Tourance Next 2s. Now I've had the Tourance Next originals, they were a phenomenal tyre. I was getting regularly 11,500 miles out of them on the rear tyre and over 17,000 out the front, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm hoping these tyres will be the same, because I didn't choose to have them on when I had them put on. They were one of my options at a later point perhaps. So they were done anyway. When they took the tyre off, I explained to the tyre mechanic what the problem was, and he put them on like an old school balancing machine, you know, on a little tripod with a bar going through it. And I was looking at it, spun the wheel, see if I couldn't see anything. He said, oh no. He got a piece of paper behind the wheel and he shone a torch on it, and he actually put like a level, if you want, over the wheel, and as the wheel rotated very slowly, the wheel was just touching this bar that went across it, which means that the tyre, if you want for best description of it, and it's not how the tyre actually was, but if you imagine the tyre had a slightly oval shape. And that explained the vibration, and he said, and I think your rear tyre is the same. So he did the same with that, and lo and behold, you could see the shadow and the wheel just touched the bar that he put across the top of the tyre. That's probably not a very good description, but that's the best I can do while I'm riding up Furka Pass. So I definitely had two tyres that were misshapen, let's put it like that. And so he took them off, they've been thrown away, and I had these Metzelers put on, the Metzeler Tourance Next 2s. And I gotta say, when they put them on, he said to me tongue in cheek, okay, now 200 kilometres, take it steady and no rain. And we looked out the window and there was no wind, but the rain was absolutely stair-rodding. It was just, visibility was down to about 100 metres, it was horrific. And I had to ride about 60 miles back to the hotel in Hinterglen where we were staying. So that was a fair old baptism of fire. And the following day we rode to a place called Valbella in Switzerland. And the last part of the ride, and that was a reasonable day, you know. It was a nice sunny day, there were a couple of showers, but it was nothing to be necessarily worried about. I'm just going to stop now and show you the Furka Pass, which is in front of me. And all those zigzags on the roads. Now how cool is that? That's a challenge for your tyres, both up and down. Okay, here I am riding up the Furka Pass. Look at that over there. I'm hoping the last video recorded. You won't be able to see until I get to the top. Here we are anyway.